Yeah, so guys, welcome to it's going well. Welcome to the preview show. I have United family in the building. That's Ola. Ola, nice to meet you. Good to have you.
Uh, what's up? How you doing?
Good, very good.
Yeah,
So hope whatever you are doing, you finally got it sorted.
yeah. I'm good now.
All right. So today we're talking lots of not much, but we're talking about the weekend. We're talking about transfers. Also, we're talking about all things United related. And today's game, later today, we'll be playing Grenada. Manchester United will playing Grenada today. And we have like three players who will not be playing today: Maguire, Luke Shaw, probably McTominay and Rashford. So,
Yeah.
let's without wasting much time. I have my United Express in the building. We're doing good. It's the United preview show. In some, you might still join us in some capacity, so please hang around. So, what do you have to say, or what do you have to say about the United Spurs win? What do you have to say about the players and the mentality?
What I can say about the United Sports win is I was very happy with the win. I was very happy because the first leg was a very bad one. So we even though we didn't score enough goals like they scored us in the first leg, but we could still win them, and that's like a pride of revenge that we're because of the revenge against them.
Yeah,
So that's really good. And the way the players played from the first minute of the game, they played the game. It was end to end. We were attacking. There wasn't a lot of defending, and maybe we hit them on the break. So we had like the game was very fluid on both sides. They were playing. They were attacking themselves back to back to back, which made the game interesting to watch. And
yeah,
fine. Our away form has been good, and we've been coming back from games to win, but it's the Tottenham side. We scoring in the first half. Our goal got shut off, so we could still come back and score 2, 3 goals in that game. It showed that there's improvement, but we want to see more of this. We don't want a scrappy one game. We always want to like let's be on the front foot from the beginning of the game and take it to the teams and win the games. That's what I think about the sport team. The players were played really well from Fred to McTominay to Pogba, Bruno Fernandes, Rashford also. Even though we know Rashford is playing with pretty much an
injury.
injury,
Yeah,
it still
delivered.
gives Cavani. Yeah, Cavani was on point. Basically, coming on was the perfect time for him to come on because the Spurs defense were already weak, so he could take it to them. He got the assist and the goal. So the game was just like an all-round good game. And as a United fan, I know that's what we all want to see. We all want to see Man U taking the games to these things, playing from the first minute of the game. Let's play, take it to them, score the amount of any amount of goals we can score, not waiting for a counter-attacking goal or just waiting for a one new win. So I feel the Spurs game was a very good game, and I'm happy we could even win against Jose Mourinho to get the revenge.
Yeah, for me, I felt from the get go they tried to see if they could get an early goal, which United was successful in not letting them get initially. And thanks to VAR, it gave them that momentum, so they felt they could go all the way. But I was glad that second half we all came out blazing. Edison Cavani is telling you that's what Edison Cavani does when he's in the box, and it shows that the reason or the essence of a good center forward, what he can do. And I like the fact that there's something that people didn't talk much about is the fact that guy, what's his name, Dean Anderson came up most times for us, big
Yeah,
saves when it was crunch time, like three times. Hey Bongo Shantan, like he really saved us and denied Nam some big chances. So I really like that about him. And what do you have to say? Do you think with performances like this that Anderson is ready to slot into that big shoe to be number one and De Gea as number two? What message you think or would you still go with David De Gea? Or what do you have to say about the competition?
The conversation is a really good one because I feel Henderson is a more of a modern day goalkeeper. So you see him coming out to clear the ball, coming out to do a lot of defend, like even like helping the defense, which David De Gea doesn't really do. You know, like in most cases, like in the first game, there were like 2 or 3 times he had to come out to clear the ball, which normally if the David De Gea is in his post waiting.
I can't hear you.
I know. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. We can't just slate off the gear because he has really helped when it comes to like he has been a very big part of the Manchester United squad for the time he has been there. But I feel it's time we start to give Anderson the chance because we see like he also makes good saves like David De Gea does. He also comes out to clear the ball. His distribution is not bad. So I feel if we are saying is the future of Manchester United, we have to start playing him from now. Because like in the last 2 3 years, David De Gea has not been the David De Gea of the old. He has been making some silly mistakes and all. So I feel he still has to be there. If there's any way they can shuffle it, but I feel Henderson needs to start to get the game time little by little, which is getting now. So I'm happy with Henderson playing for now.
Okay. I'm kind of struggling with audio. Can you hear me very well?
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
But I can't really hear you. But people.
Okay. Let me take off my AirPods. Okay, yeah, you
No, I
can.
can't. But let me ask you. Okay. Okay, so people were talking about the subs and the tactical this thing. That was it just luck on Ole's side, or was more or less down to tactics? Because you could see the big saves he made in the big changes he made in second half. He took out Marcus Rashford, and I think he brought in Greenwood. Took out later on. He took out what's his name now, Bruno Fernandes. Brought in Matic. And at the end of the day, it paid because from that moment, we're already in cruise control. And I think Greenwood coming on and the game just lit up, and that was just what sealed the deal. I feel, what do you think? Do you think it's down to his tactical ability, or that was just based on pure luck?
But what I can say is, if you look at it sometimes, only always has this 1 or 2 games that you just get it sure right. But the issue why plenty United fans are really angry and complaining about Ole is 10 times out of like 9 times out of 10 is making the wrong decisions. He's making out the wrong player for the wrong players, like being a defender for a striker. But when it comes to this game, like he got his spot on. Substitution was spot on. So I would give him on the basis of this game. But if we should judge on the basis of all the games he has coached, I can't really say he's tactically that good. But based on this first game, I give it to him. His changes were spot on, and it was at the right time. Especially the Mason Greenwood change was like one of the best because he was coming on at a time that his first defense were already weak. So he just had to come on and just disturb them a little, and he got the assist and his goal. So based on this first game, yes, I give him for the. But based on general, I can't really say he is that tactical because it has shown in a lot of cases.
But if you say it's not tactically good, he has beaten Guardiola 4 times. He has beaten Brendan Rodgers several times. He has beaten all the top managers you guys rate. He has beaten Pochettino. He has beaten Jurgen Klopp. Do you think? I don't feel it's a tactical thing. I feel it's more or less like it's about what you have. It's about what you have. When you don't have what is good, you've seen him done this on the big stage. And last season, we saw Manchester United that would cruise past bigger teams. We beat big teams, but we struggled against little teams because the little teams or the smaller teams, no disrespect to them, would sit back and try not to concede. I couldn't break down teams until when we got Bruno Fernandes and we started to unlock them a bit. And if you look at what we have compared to our other big six, we lack in some areas like the right wing, and you can't be depending on one source for creativity. At the end of the day, it's just a statement to me that if given the right implements or the right materials, it can do better. So that's for me.
Uh,
But
if I
that
can,
argument to be
if
for
I,
another day.
if I can counter you on that, just quickly, I feel yes, he has beaten Guardiola, he has beaten Benaroja sometimes. He hasn't beaten Club though. I'm not sure. He has beaten Club, but he has beaten Benaroja. Those games are one-off games, and those games are games
One
that
of
okay, wait, see, just understand me. I feel you are playing against a Guardiola. You get they get more of the ball. You can only hit them on the counter, which we are very good at when it comes to counting things and scoring. All around performance, I can say like the games against Leipzig, the 5 games against Leipzig, and this Tottenham games is one of the games that I've seen like an all round performance from the players. Everybody contributing to the win. From Bruno to Pogba to the attackers to defenders, everyone really played well. So fine, we might be getting the win, but if it's based on the win, only has not done bad. But based on the performance, sometimes performances are very shocking. And sometimes, okay, if you can beat a Guardiola 4 times, there seems to have been like 4 times in all the games they played, then you can't break down a Crystal Palace just even once. Crystal Palace have beaten us in the last 2 seasons like 2 times or like 2 times. So I feel it's fine. The players too. The players are not the quality you might want. Yes, we're expecting a Jadon Sancho to come in. Yes, we know all that factors. But I feel with this particular team also, you can't tell me you can win a Man City, but you can't win a Crystal Palace. You can't go to even the first leg against Spurs, things like that. So I feel fine. It's a combined issue. It's not just an issue of the coach. So we can't only go for the coach, but at the same time, I feel he's not at that level yet. Only is also a work in progress. He's still trying, but let's leave that for another day, like you said.
But you should also know that Man City is a team that will not sit back. Man City is a
Yeah,
team that
that's
won't sit
yeah.
back.
We
So
never
them
sit
not
back. Yeah.
sitting down, we can play them. But you know that this season, when they defeated us, the only defeat we had with them against them, they sat back. For the first time, Guardiola's team sat back. So to an extent, you should also blame the mentality of the coach if you're talking about the Leipzig. But moving on, because at the end of the day, it's all 50-50. It depends on how you want to
Yeah.
look at it. What can you say about Maguire and Lindelof's partnership? Like in the last 15 games or 10 games, thereabout, it's not been that bad. I saw the match against Tottenham. Aside that Son's goal, they were they were on point. Especially Lindelof seems to have improved, although he's not as physically strong as you would like in your centre back. But if you had to
Yeah.
choose going into the summer, based on what we saw, based on it, and you had to choose two roles to sign that you feel is important, that's the centre back where we need to make transfer, we need to make a recruitment, the midfield, and the right wing and centre forward position. Those are 4 positions that are very important. But if you had the opportunity of just signing 2, which roles do you think are more important right now for United?
Uh, I will bring in another center defender, and I will bring in a defensive midfielder because I feel that is one of the problem Manchester United
Wait, you
fans
sign a
are
centre back and a defensive midfielder.
yes. You know why? You know why? Because okay, let's look at it this way. Let's imagine we have like an Ndidi playing in our defensive midfield. We don't need to always play McTominay and Fred always. The main reason Ole is playing McTominay and Fred is because he knows Fred can't do both jobs and McTominay can't do both jobs. He needs them to support themselves. And another reason is if we can get a good center defender, we might not need to buy a CDM. True, you might just go for an attacker or a right winger. But the issue is, and how many good defenders are really out there now that we can really spend our money on? So what I feel is, if we look at this season going forward, we are scoring the goals. So the goals are not really the problem. But the problem has been our defense. Our defense are making silly mistakes. Because look at the Spurs game, for example. If just imagine the game end 1-0 to Spurs and they won. Who will you blame? You blame the defenders for that particular mistake. So I feel going forward, our attackers are trying. They are scoring the goals. They've been delivering since the beginning of the season. But after conceding 1 goal, 2 goals, they still come on to win 3-2, 3-1. So the goals haven't really been the problem. It has been our defensive players making silly errors, from Maguire to Lindelof to Wan-Bissaka, but like Luke Shaw has been in a very, like, in the form of his life. So every one of us are happy with Luke Shaw at this time. So I just feel I will try to study the defense. If I can get a good center defender, I will get a good center defender and a right winger. But if I'm getting a center defender that is not that popular or that is not that good, I will go with a center defender and a center defensive midfielder.
But you know, one of the problems we've had is that our strikers are not scoring enough because they lack creativity. Right?
Yeah.
We only go to Bruno most times, or we depend on Rashford. And that's if Rashford, you never know the kind of Rashford that comes to play most times. Then until recently, Paul Pogba. But it's never enough when you talk about creativity. So if I was going to choose between a centre forward and a right winger, I would probably make